Ace, let me ask you, because people like me and so many other Kiss fans over the years, we really dwelled on this. We were really upset that the band was passed over for all these years before finally going in. Did any of that ever enter in your mind? I mean, were you ever thinking about it? Were you ever bummed out about it? Did you really care, or was it more the fans that were pissed off about it?
It's a great honor, and I'm very, very excited about the ceremony, and April 10th is going to be a wonderful, wonderful evening. But, over the years, it's something that, really didn't occupy my mind very much. I had more serious things to contend with. But I remember reading many times over the years how upset the fans were, and they were petitioning the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so on and so forth. But, it wasn't something that, rented a lot of space in my head, to be honest with you.
What can you tell us now that a little bit of time since the announcement has happened? What have your conversations been? What do you know? What is the latest information that you've been told about what's going to go down?
It's going to be great.
At least at this point, right?
No, I have, I always try to take the high road and be optimistic and hope that everybody's going to, come to the bargaining table and do the right thing, Sometimes I get disappointed. But, I have a feeling everything's going to work out. I mean, I spoke with Paul and Gene, and, I know they want to perform with me and Peter. I'm just not sure, how much they want Tommy and Eric to be involved. But, since they're not getting inducted, I'm just going to let that play out, with the hall and management and attorneys and all that stuff. And, I'm just excited about getting back with them and doing a great 3 or 4 songs, and I think it's going to be great. I'm hoping that everybody's just going to do the right thing.
Well, that's just it. Do the right thing. And, everybody's saying the right thing right now, but we all know this is a ways down from happening, and this could, unfortunately go sideways a lot of different ways. And it's an awkward thing, if you ask me, because, as you said, and clarify this for me.
We know how you feel, Ed.
Well, listen, as a result of how I feel, the other 2 guys don't talk to me, so make sure you save me a seat by you, will you?
Will do.
But I mean, here's the thing. Just to be clear, because, the only, and I know this for a fact because the Hall of Fame told me, only the original band is being inducted. You, Peter, Gene, and Paul, right?
Correct.
Okay. So it would stand to reason, and I have nothing personal against Tommy and Eric, but it doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense, and it's not surprising me that you're telling me that they would want them to play with them, but that makes no sense to me because they are not being inducted. Now, I know in the past other bands have done that in some way, shape, or form, but it just, I don't know, it feels weird to me. I don't understand why, when you have this incredible moment and the 4 of you guys are being celebrated, how you make that turn in there.
Yeah, well, look, every band is different, and, you got to take every case, handle it differently, Van Halen is not Kiss. Heart is not Kiss. The Eagles are not Kiss. Kiss is 4 distinct characters that me, Paul, Peter, and Gene originated and, nurtured through the first 10 years of the band. So, you have to look at that, and, where Kiss is now, that's fine, and that's the way it is now. But, I mean, what we're celebrating is what Paul, Peter, Gene, and Ace started back in 1972. 73, I don't know, when did we do it, Ed? 72, 73, what was it, 74? It's been a while, Ed.
It's been a while for all of us, man.
40 years next year. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, I was talking to Peter the other day, and Peter was saying to me that he's like, geez, I knew you so long. You were there since the beginning. And I go, well, not quite the beginning, Peter. I'm not that old.
We're all walking around here with crutches.
I was like, I've been there a long time, but I don't know if I was there in the loft in 72. I would have been 8.
You're killing me.
So, when did Gene and Paul call you? Did they call you together? Did they call you separately? What can you tell us?
They actually called me today. We had a very nice conversation. They congratulated me. They actually have been trying to get a hold of me since the announcement, but I've been in the studio working on my new record for E1, so I wasn't available. But, they tracked me down today through the, Doc McGee's office. And we had a nice conversation, and it was very up and very positive. So I'm just going to stay positive and hope that, I know for a fact that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame wants the four of us to perform in makeup.
Oh, they do?
Absolutely. That's what they want, and we'll see how it plays out. I'm hoping that everybody's just going to do the right thing and celebrate, the four original members who started it all.
Well, and that's exactly what should happen. How do you feel about wearing the makeup again?
Well, I think it'd be a gas, I'd have to lose, 10 or 15 pounds, but, but that's easy in 3 months,
Right. When was the last time you put the makeup on?
Actually, come to think of it, the last time I believe I put the makeup on was when I did the commercial for Dunkin' Donuts.
All right. That's right. I forgot about that commercial, actually.
Yeah. When was that, Ed? What year was that? Come on, you're supposed to know this stuff.
I'm bad. Well, he's quizzing me here. Stump the trunk.
I think it was around 2006 or 7.
Yeah, it was great. You set the sparkling guitar off and the whole thing. I do remember that.
Yeah.
So would you, when were you able to discuss with them, like, what songs you'd play? Has it gotten that far yet?
We didn't get that far, Paul was having lunch with his dad, I'm not sure where Gene was, it was just, more of a, just a congratulatory call, and, after the holidays, we'll sort it out and figure out, how we're going to do it. I'm just hoping that everybody's going to do the right thing, and let's focus on the four original members in makeup, because that's what the fans want to see, and that's what they're going to pay for a ticket for.
Well, and listen, I mean, there's been a lot of stuff thrown at you and Peter from that side recently, and you even threw something back on my show at them and a couple shows recently. So you feel that kind of all that has kind of been put on the back burner, that you were able to, did you talk about any of that? Was there any need to clear the air, or was it like, let's get through this and make this the right thing? Did you get into any of the things that Gene's been saying about you, and Gene's been saying stuff about me lately too?
Yeah, but I really didn't want to go there. I hadn't spoken on the phone to Paul Gene in a while, and I just wanted to, keep it positive. They were calling me to congratulate me, and I thought it was, it wasn't the time or the place to bring up anything that, was, negative. So I wanted to keep it up, and, there'll be more dialogue, after the holidays, and, I'm just hoping everybody's going to do the right thing and do what the fans want to see,
Well, and that's just it, and especially when you say that you sound like you're open to the makeup and the hall wants the makeup. Yeah. I mean, it would be beyond ridiculous to try to bring out Eric and Tommy, especially with the makeup involved. I mean, there's already confusion and people upset like myself about them wearing your makeup, and then to introduce that, I mean, what would they do? You're in makeup, they come out not in makeup, you're looking in a mirror at a guy dressed like you. I mean, it would be insane. It would be insane. There's no way to do that anyway but what you're saying with the original four guys, and that's it.
It isn't a rock concert. It's 3 or 4 songs, and I don't have a problem with Tommy and Eric being there out of makeup if I'm in makeup, because, they're a big part of KISS today. They had nothing to do with the beginning of KISS, or, nothing to do with the designs or the costumes or the makeup, but, they're part of KISS today, and it is what it is. I don't control that. But, this is about the celebration of KISS and how it all began and started, and it should be honoring the 4 original members. And, if those guys want to come up out of makeup and do rock and roll all night with the whole cast of the show, that would be a great thing. They deserve a little.
Well, I agree with you on that, and I have actually taken it one step further, and I said that the way I think it should go is that it's about the four of you guys, but that anybody, obviously Eric Carr, unfortunately, is no longer with us, and Mark St. John's no longer with us, but there are other guys like Bruce and as you said, Tommy and Eric Singer, and Vinny, if anybody can find Vinny, that were part of the story, and at some points, really important parts. So to have them there sitting at a table, maybe even Paul or Gene acknowledge them for a second from the podium, that makes sense. But, and as you said, if you maybe jam at the end, but I mean, to do anything more than that, to me, it flies against what this is really all about.
Yeah, I mean, everybody deserves, credit for what they did over the years, and it shouldn't be discounted.
I agree.
I agree with that. But I'm not going to wear the makeup and have Tommy wearing the makeup.
Oh,
that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
That would be ridiculous. Let me ask you this: you just mentioned the jam at the end for Rock and Roll All Night. Is that what you just? I mean, everybody thinks that's what it would be, but has that been already established?
I think that's what everybody wants. Nothing's written in stone at this juncture. Everybody's just trying to, everybody's excited. It's the holiday season, so everybody's throwing around ideas. But that's what I believe is what they're shooting for and working towards. And I think that would be great. It would be a celebration of Kiss and, the whole celebration and all the other groups involved. It would be a wonderful, ending note.
And also, a lot of people brought this up to me, and I think this would be really cool. I mean, I don't know. You're saying the hall wants makeup, and of course the fans would want the makeup too with the original four guys. But what's funny is that if you didn't do costumes with the makeup, you could easily go up there and do it dressed to kill style, like wear suits with just the makeup. That would be pretty cool, actually.
I'd have to shave off my goatee, though. I mean, what's this world coming to? How can I hop on my motorcycle without my goatee?
You're going to have to do that either way. I don't think you can rock the goatee no matter what with the makeup.
Yeah, well, I had to do it when I did the Dunkin' Donuts commercial, so, I'd absolutely do it, for this great honor that's been bestowed upon all of us.
Yeah, and of course, you guys are going to have to rehearse. I mean, you're going to end up having to get a couple days, I would assume, here in New York, where the four of you guys are going to get in this room together and rehearse at least 2 or 3 songs. I mean, everybody knows. I was at the MTV Unplugged taping in '95, and everybody knows what happened when you and Peter walked out. And I mentioned this a couple times. People have to know what was going on. 1995, Kiss had just made a brand new record with Eric Singer and Bruce Kulick in the band at the time. They're about to release it. They brought out Ace and Peter, as everybody knows, as history shows on the tape, for a song or two at the end. I was in the audience. The crowd went ballistic. And from there, they scrapped the album that they were supposed to put out and went out on the massive reunion tour with you guys. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but what I am saying is that no one can possibly understate the avalanche of excitement that's going to happen when the four of you guys walk out on that stage together. Do you think, and are you open to more things after this if it goes well?
Like I said in Rolling Stone, never say never. Anything could happen after that night, and I don't want to speculate at this point, but, who knows, We're going to make rock and roll history one way or the other, right, Ed?
Would you like to do more? Would you like to at least do a show, or would you like to, do something bigger than just a few songs with these guys, or you won't know that until after you do it?
Look, if something was presented to me in the right way, anything's possible. That's as far as I want to go on that. I'm working on my new album. It's going to be released next spring. I got a single coming out probably right around the time the ceremony is going to be happening. And, E1's really excited about the new record. And, so who knows what's going to happen.
And
I'm not going to scrap my record, I can tell you that right now.
And you're also working on another book, too, right?
Yes, sir. I have several chapters written, and I'm already kicking around titles for the new book. But we talked about it the last time, What was I going to call it? Some Regrets? No. No Regrets 2 is the working title.